Also, some of me, other me, McKenna. And it's been a long time coming to episode 16. Is it episode 16? If not, episode 17. It feels like it's been a while since I have actually sat and talked on camera like this. I'm not mic'd up, so I'm just doing it naturally today. So a lot of things have happened this week. I've spent time with a new friend and learned a lot of important life things. I have made a final decision, and I'm fixing to cross a really huge threshold today for my personal life story, my personal passions, and my personal career. I am going to an audition today. I'm shaking that. And I'm actually really excited. This means a lot more to me than I thought it would. And I am ready to kill it and do my best. A lot of the stuff that I talked about last week that I ended up not posting was me being inspired by the story of Jezebel and her insistence to always get what she wants no matter what anybody tells her. She was a pagan woman, strong in her beliefs and her independence, stronger than her husband, and no matter what got in her way, people or things, she always made sure to get it done and get what she wanted. She always took what was hers and what was hers for the taking. And that's the kind of energy I'm going into this today with. The Jezebel go-getter energy. Beyond the stigmas of what biblical things have said or Christianity has said. I'm going to go in as the most powerful, divine, feminine version of myself every step of the way. As I evolve and ascend within my being by the choices that I make. This week I made some choices to put a lot of things off, but I realized even then, putting all those things off, appointments, cancellations, worked best in my favor in the long run. And that's the funny part. Even when there's a bad day, you wake up realizing it was actually a good day in its own way. It's a little foggy outside. It's a little foggy in the mind. And I'm forecasting that the clouds will clear because this is a new frontier. This is a new timeline I'm entering for myself. And I tried to push it back, but the universe kept saying, hey, no, you don't need to go do this, and this over there. You've already tried this. This doesn't work for you. You need to come back and try this again because this is going to be the best option for you. You are strong, you're independent, you're an intellectual, you're a professional, you are a creative. And regardless of the dark parts of the world or the dark parts of our universe, this is the right path. I've been fast track, at the speed of light, integrating a lot of things this week as like embracing certain parts of myself, embracing the nasty things, the taboo things, I've always actually been pretty good at that, but this week has really been a reminder of opening oneself and opening myself specifically, because this is about me. This is about me. Opening myself specifically to my desires, to my convictions, to my inner knowing, and being fully confident in that. I have made some decisions this week that I didn't want to make because I thought it would be a sense of failure. So I'm just going to go out and say it. I'm getting surgery. But I thought that getting surgery would mean that I would start slacking off in the gym, or that I would like break away from my routine. In which case, since I've been doing my routine every day since February, my body and my mind naturally puts me back into my habits, which are my healthy habits of studying academically, or reading, or going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. All of my healthy habits are so embedded in my system now that nothing can break me away from them. And I was afraid that if I were to choose the path of less resistance, knowing that it would help me, my conscious, my spirit, my soul, I would be doing myself a disservice, or I would be like failing at the things that I've already put so much time and effort into on naturally healing, or healing my body with no help from anything outside of me. I have been healing naturally for the past 4 years. This is the product of all the natural healing that I've done within myself, without therapy, without a good support system at all. This is what I achieved all on my own, with nobody else's help, pretty much. Here and there maybe. And even though I'm not exactly, how can I say this? Even though I still have some ways to go, and I still have some things I would like to do to see the fullest version of myself in the mirror, there's a lot to be proud of right now for the fact that I have gotten this far, that I have met myself on this camera, that I have fed myself 3 meals a day this year, that I have made a routine that actually works for me, that I am embracing myself way more now. There's a lot to be proud of. And really, surgery is just that last step. It's not really the biggest part. I've done all of the heavy lifting myself without any outside work. But I think that it would be beneficial to my mental health. And if I know that it's best for me, my mind, my body, my spirit, then I'm going to take that path of less resistance. I know who I am. I learn more about myself every day, just like life is a never-ending learning process, so is myself. Like, I learn something new about myself every single day. And I am me. I wake up in my body, so it's an interesting little journey, and I would like to see who I would like to see in the mirror without trying to push myself to this extreme to get there, or worrying about whether I will or not. Because in my life, I have experienced a lot of broken promises, uncertainty, unstable foundations, no foundation, disorganization, and chaos. I have experienced quite enough of that to know that it is not what my nervous system or my soul really aligns with. I innately love security, stability. I love to have healthy systems in place for me to be as powerful as I possibly can, because even if I were to, allow some of my chaos to be in the forefront, which chaos does have its own purpose, to be able to have systems that maintain me and secure me and love me for exactly who I am, and and have always be well fed in every area of life, I would still need that to be my most powerful self. You know, I used to pride myself on being unpredictable, and I am. I am a very unpredictable person, especially when it comes to my mouth. When it comes to my mouth and my actions, because when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. That's the most unpredictable thing to be in this society today. To be someone who actually does what you say you're going to do. However, when it comes to certain patterns or habits, I don't really want to pride myself on being unpredictable. I think that there are some habits that I would like to have to make my life whole and worth living and peaceful. And that just aligns with my choice to have surgery. Because sitting in the natural healing path for so long, wondering if it's going to do anything or work all on its own, is basically you're either being led on or you're playing a game of wait and see. And when it comes to the thing that you have to live in for the rest of your life, it's not really nice to play a game of wait and see, at least for me. I trust myself. I trust my timing. I do. And I trust that everything that does make me feel good, because going to the gym absolutely makes me feel good. I missed 3 days of the gym this week, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to move my body. I love moving my body. I love running. I love lifting weights. But that, just because I love doing that and I know that I'm making the choice for surgery, doesn't mean I have to stop doing that just because I'm getting surgery. Because I have gotten a lot of other benefits from that. Having that as a routine in my life has definitely made my weeks a lot easier, has made my stress a lot easier. I am able to overcome a lot of overthinking and a lot of stress a lot faster than I could last year. Where last year, the things that I stressed about would last for days, weeks, and months, where I would stress about the same thing every single day, as opposed to now, it might only be a few hours or 30 minutes for me to stress about that thing and to be able to surpass it. And that goes for me making the active choice to get back into the gym and to feed myself. And even moving back in with a parent, even though I would love to live alone, and that is the next step. All those choices that I made were sacrifices, devotion, and discipline to myself. And the love that I found last year within people, within places, even dark spaces, has encouraged me and inspired me to get up and take care of myself, to strive to be secure and stable within myself, because no matter what I do, no matter what I achieve, I must stay grounded within my center, within this body, to be able to achieve it. Because if I am flying everywhere, which sometimes it's okay to fly everywhere, but if you're constantly flying everywhere, you can't handle bigger opportunities or opening doors to bigger things when you're not mentally, physically, and spiritually stable and grounded. Because spirit is not just what's not of skin. Your flesh, the car, the body, whatever you want to, the vessel that you drive is entirely spirit. Everything is entirely spirit. You have to feed and nurture your vessel with what it needs, whether it's wealth or food or compassion or love, care, devotion. No matter what it needs, you have to feed it to be able to do bigger and better things. You can't just neglect it. This body is a reflection of everything that I've went through the past 7, 8 years of my life, from the ages of 16 to 23 now. And this year has been a story of finally stepping out of all those things that I went through to become the best version of myself, to finally heal and confront those things. Where I have been firm on, I will not I will not bypass anything because I'm 23. I would like to live the rest of my youth being able to have the courage to confront anything that I need to confront and facing it head on, because once you get past that fear hill, it's all up. It's all smooth sailing from there. I am so proud of myself for finding a way to become more fearless in confronting the things that are within me and without me. I'm so excited for this audition today. I'm so excited for this threshold I'm fixing to pass. I'm excited for surgery. I'm excited to get surgery. I'm excited to get more tattoos. I'm excited to make more art. I'm excited to finally get to the stage where I come out with my first EP or my first album and the whole world hears it. And I'm excited to continue writing. As always, I've been writing since I was 7. I'm excited to meet all the people that I'll meet, speak all the languages that I'll speak, and love dearly and deeply. I have became this year isn't even ended yet, and I've came this far. I've learned new skills. I have stayed consistent in that. I've reached new stages even when I don't realize it. Right now I'm finally realizing how many thresholds I've already crossed because I took the time and consistency to sit with myself and figure out what's most important to me. And I'm becoming exactly who I said I would be and who I am. Always. I'm going to come back next Friday and tell all of you how it went. I think it's going to be a really good day today. It's already been a really good day. Stay tuned. My name is Karma, aka McKenna, aka Tivak, aka yours truly. This is me today. It won't be me tomorrow, okay? Thank you. Oh, it's been a while. How are all of you doing? That's good. I'm doing well too. Thanks for asking. Hi. My name is Karma. And this is Social Exposure, where I get on here and expose myself to society or whoever is watching and share my journey little by little, hoping that later on down the line social exposure will mean something greater than just myself and my self-proclamation and transformation and all of those things. And maybe it will dive deeper into the culture and the movement of humanity within different people, different places, different faces, studying, communication, art, and loving all along the way. In previous videos, I talked about how I had to take a break to take a reroute in my life and change some things on the studies that I had claimed that I would like to share with everybody, on the art that I'm making, and just overall the things that I am passionate about in my range of existence. Being an artist, being a linguist, and a independent academic. So a lot has definitely changed, and I'm trying to figure out where to start with this. Whew. So in Art Progress, on July 1st, I'm going to be submitting my poetry for the first time to a literary magazine. I've been writing poetry since I was probably in the first grade, and I've never submitted my writing to anything before, so that's very new for me. And also, if the poetry does get accepted, they pay $50 a piece for every single poem, and you can submit about 5 poems. I started writing a short story because they also take proses and short stories, and if your short story gets selected, it's about $100. So that's kind of cool. No, it's not all about the money, but it's nice to get paid for your creativity. It's nice to see a receival of something being given back to you. You know, a lot of artists, they create and they don't get barely anything in return for it. So I stand firm in the belief that I should be getting paid for my influence, for my creativity, for my mind, for my beauty, honestly for everything about me. So that's really cool to see how that will go. I'm excited for that. I started a new job. I am a performer, an entertainer, if you will, of the exotic category. So last year, before my life crumbled, around this time of the year, I tried a lot of different things. I tried being a dancer, and I didn't have the experience, the life experience, or the personality to hold that kind of very, very high volume space, because it's a very chaotic environment. It's a lot of sensory things going on. It's a lot. And last year I tried to rush into absolutely everything that I thought that I wanted or that I actually did want. And that rushing made my whole life crumble into this dark, very, very dark place. I was living in a shitty, rundown apartment. My power was off between the end of May to the beginning of September or October. I didn't have any power for several months in my house. I lost my previous job as a janitor at the zoo. More so, I just couldn't keep working there anymore. I was highly depressed. I was dealing with male coworkers hitting on me constantly. I didn't want to wear a janitor uniform or clean up people's shit and piss, you know, human shit and piss, because I wasn't a janitor for the animals. I was a janitor for the humans who don't have any decency or cleanliness, so to say. I was trying to help a friend out, or someone that I believed to be a friend, and they screwed me over. A crippled lady at that. I was getting bombarded left and right by all these strong realizations about my life, everything that I went through, my family issues, my relationship issues, my issues with my friends, things that I didn't understand fully about myself even. And now I'm back full circle, and I've mentioned this in another video, to almost exactly where I was last year, but it's just like between 5 to 10 things that change that may look small, but they were significant enough for me to handle this choice making situation way differently. Way differently. I took way more time to prepare for these things. I thought that I didn't actually want to do it. Last year, in a state of desperation, I thought I was just doing this stuff because I wanted to make quick money. I was desperate for money. I was desperate for this. I wanted to get my surgeries done. I wanted to have the money to invest in my art or music. I thought that I just was doing it because I wanted to have those things, that I was rushing, that I was in a desperate state. I figured out this year when I started working at the sex shop again that was actually something that I wanted to do. I love sensuality and sexuality because really it's a big part of being a creative. It really is. And I've always loved to express myself fluidly and openly through those types of things. So I figured out when I started seeing, checking out dancers and seeing dancers coming in and just always being in the store looking at all this dancewear and stuff, I realized I actually want to do that. And it wasn't just for the money, though the money is definitely a big part of it because that's a big goal for me right now. It wasn't just, I actually like to put myself in situations where I know the risks but I know also that I can have a big outcome of whatever I learn or whatever I get from it, whether it be money, whether it be life lessons, no matter what. That's how I go into things. That's my analytics. So I prepared, as opposed to only doing, taking out a loan and spending $500 on immediate dancewear and stuff and going straight into it after a week of deciding. I took 2 to 3 months to prepare before I brought myself into these environments. And for a moment, I did halt again. I was like, oh, I'm not going to do this. Never mind. I think I need to get a normal, regular person job, which has never really worked out for me. I have a large capacity, but it does not align with working a regular job and putting a uniform on. I never can bring myself to last long in those jobs. As opposed to me working at the sex shop or becoming a dancer, I can last a really long time in those jobs. The longest job that I ever worked at was a sex shop when I worked there a few years ago. And I was there for about 9-10 months. Almost getting close to a year almost. Same thing now. I started in January. I'm like, I'm not leaving here until I move away, And I've been learning a lot through the people that I've been around. I haven't been in a full state of solitude like I was at the beginning of making these videos of this year, of going to the gym 5 to 6 days a week. My routine has came to a halt in the last 2 weeks, which I think there was a moment in time that also happened where my routine collapsed, which it seems like every 2 months of this journey, I've had to reevaluate absolutely everything. From me studying the Mayan language and studying the Maya to learning Spanish, which I have struggled to maintain all these routines. And now I'm just like, I am practicing today and maybe a few other days the art of doing absolutely nothing. I have came a long way, and for me to sit and try to force the routine to be perfect or to fill my life up with things, I might not get as much from it as I hope if I try to force things to be what I want them to be right now. Today I woke up and I decided I am going to do nothing. And I'm already feeling a very positive outcome from that, because in the last 72 hours of becoming a dancer and learning so much more about people, even being in such a stagnant environment like Oklahoma, it has done the exact opposite and has made me not necessarily want to sit with chaos and create more chaos. It's made me want to move slower, do things slowly, spend my money slowly, spend my time slowly, get to know things without rushing, get to myself without rushing. And so far, that is what I have got. Because I've noticed with the way that I think about myself or think about this world, if I sit in the chaos and I'm rushing through all of that in my mind, I can't redirect the energy. But when I slow down and I become still, I can listen, and I can listen and I can take it in, and I can decide what I need to redirect, what I need to think differently about, and where I need to slow down. And just 3 shifts being an entertainer has done that to me. And also this 2 weeks of not being fully isolated from other humans. I think the best thing that I have gotten from these last 2 weeks is literally the act of not rushing and like slowing down and realizing that I don't have to do it all right now. It's literally all unfolding already. I won't mention names, and I won't say too much about this, but I may ramble in these videos. I may ramble on and on. I may repeat myself even, but that's a part of it. That's a part of really understanding who you are and not avoiding or bypassing things that you need to learn about yourself or this world or others. Sometimes it takes repeating things so you don't have to repeat it again. Sometimes it takes saying the term or the phrase powerful woman 20 times in a video to realize how powerful you are. Sometimes it takes being able to make the risk of putting yourself out there and making a mistake as opposed to trying to look and be perfect for everybody, because my life is not a performance for everybody else. The things that I learn is not a performance for everybody else. And if I do that, I'm always going to try to make an illusion for everybody else as opposed to making reality work for me and be real for me. I am so happy that I've came back full circle and I have stopped, looked around, and made just enough amount of different choices to where last year has not been able to repeat itself. And no matter what toxic energy or bullshit is thrown my way, it's not going to repeat. There's not going to be a repeat of last year. My routine may break, but every time something breaks, it's because something new is forming. Every time it wasn't the best day, tomorrow's going to be better. It gets better. It gets better when you watch what's repeating and stop repeating it. And that's exactly what I've done. I have stepped into a new version of myself in just 2 weeks. And today, after all these new things and minimizing my routine down really to 3 goals, and then once those 3 goals are what they are, moving on. I'm going to keep practicing the art of doing absolutely nothing right now. Hi, my name is Karma. This was not me a few weeks ago, and this is me today. And then a few weeks from now, it probably won't be me either. And every 2 months, I guess that's where the reflection comes in. So, hey, keep following me on my journey. Think what you want to think. I'm going to make my mistakes. And because I'm okay with it, because I'm okay with making mistakes, that's where I'm going to learn and become one of the greatest of all time, as I already am. You're watching Social Exposure.